Cheers, Danny.
Y'all
Uh,
ready for another season? Get your tea and gather around.
Motivational tea time, baby.
Anything can happen. Welcome to Motivational Tea Time. The comeback.
Great. From
Grateful.
February to now, it seems like almost another lifetime because of how much things have changed.
hmm
Things have changed so
Yeah.
drastically,
Which forced
brother.
us to change, and
And then
our entire lives to change
exactly,
dramatically.
it literally it made us adapt drastically. And like everything from mind to body to spirit, people's finances, technology, and time. Like all of those things, all of those concepts
Yo,
have
the snow globe. It was like the snow globe of the world was like being shaken.
a lot of people maybe think that they're unmotivated, but I think that maybe they're just not tapped into this source of motivation.
Totally. Wow. Put the pieces together. Everyone wants to like live that meaningful life. I would think, wouldn't you want to be like not stagnant? The opposite of that, which is like true
Consistent.
motivation.
How this started, just to let you guys know, is Danny called me earlier today. He was like, "Hey, we haven't done that second season of Motivational Tea Time," and I was like, "Huh, you're right.
Yo.
Let's do it tonight."
It's been dope. I think we've just been casually uncovering gems, connecting dots, and bringing people on board with the ride.
And he was like, "Really tonight?"
Yo,
And I was like, "Yeah, tonight." He was like, "Absolutely, absolutely tonight." And I was like, "All right, I guess we're doing it." So here we
yeah,
are.
yo.
So
Then we got the political landscape. I'm just gonna keep it as broad as those two words. Like, like how much closer do you want to step
let's
into
keep it
those two words?
political. Lord, man. Yeah, let's nose dive right over that one.
What kind of tea you drinking? So, I mean, if you're a first time viewer, the title's pretty self-explanatory. We sit around the fire, stir the pot of motivation around
Fire.
as we drink some tea.
It's been a minute since we
I got tension tamer today.
I have chamomile. I'm sure it's by some good company. My roommate gave it to me. So
We used to do these in the same space, but now we're on Zoom.
yeah, I mean, I guess we should talk about that real quick. So just to give you guys some updates, I moved to California and coronavirus. So
I think a little earlier, like maybe 3 minutes ago, I may have mentioned that it can sound cliche, the word motivation, but it's a word for a reason, and it does, like there is such a thing, as true motivation. And I think that's what we've been seeking, not like the surface level.
it's interesting because motivation is one of those things where we talked about it before, where it's almost fleeting, where it goes and it comes and it goes and it comes.
I almost like think of it as like the psychology of action. Like I think we're all trying to figure out what really makes us move and like what will really drive us.
And I realized over time, and I study that motivation is something that you call upon, like given like the knowledge of how to use it almost.
Like what's really gonna make you jump out of bed in the morning.
Like it's almost like a force of being that allows you to go from maybe a state of stagnancy where you're stagnant, standing still, to
The curse of common man.
where you're moving consistently. And being able to draw upon that motivation, I think maybe even might be a whole topic for an episode, really.
Yeah.
The lockdown is pretty intense. I mean, that's
Wait.
one thing I think we can get into eventually. And like
As
some of
well
the
as
things,
lantern flies.
oh man, yeah, as well as lantern flies. I don't even think other people
Those
know about lantern flies. I think it's just us.
wait. I'm still encountering people that haven't heard of lantern flies, and I'm like, maybe I should just stop going to the places I'm going to because
I'm seeing them everywhere.
they've been on my last. I mean, I'm glad they don't bite, but the way they hop on people, I was driving. None of my windows were open. I'm just in my car. Boom, on my lap, huge lantern fly, like falls from the ceiling. I'm like, where was
Where was it? Where did it come from?
everything was. I was like, I'm done. Like that's a car accident, like right there. Like if that was on I-95, like
Lord,
Yeah,
cut. But yeah, I mean,
bugs in cars. That's a song.
the lanternfly thing, dude. Oh my lord. Being in Philly and just dealing with them so much, bro, was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Like, and I don't know if you know, but I don't kill things. Like, the only thing I will kill is a mosquito. That is the only thing I will kill. Like, I won't kill anything else. Like, it's just,
I actually saved a mosquito like 4 days ago.
oh no, I'll chalk that. They're chalk. They're
No,
pet
no, it's. I mean, no, I hear you, but I mean,
from
I like.
another dimension, bro.
But check this out. Yeah, no, it was huge. But if you're staring at a glass cup and you could just put it outside, do you think if you're able to put it outside, because like we like think mosquitoes are only here to suck our blood, but like I wonder if they have like
They're
any other
population
purposes.
control, if anything. So honestly, I've discussed this so
Yeah.
extensively. We can talk this out right now. But honestly, I think the only thing mosquitoes do is like human and animal population control.
Mm,
And it's kind of messed up, but it's a natural kind of function. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the concept. Because like, what else do they do?
I haven't delved much into it,
They
so
just spread disease. I mean,
yeah,
that's what they do. They spread disease. Like, they suck blood and they spread disease.
yeah, yeah.
That's the two things, and they fly. Sorry,
Hmm.
they probably see and
Hey,
breathe.
man, listen. If I came back as a mosquito in another dimension
Listen, bro, I'm
and
sorry.
I killed myself, uh,
I'm ending
I'm
that
at.
contract, bro. I'm sorry. It's over. You come into my space as a mosquito. I'm letting you
No,
know right now on
no.
this motivational tea time, you will be squashed. But anything
Mm,
else, you're welcome.
got you.
Anything else that's not a mosquito. And the thing about the lanternflies, I like won't kill them. So like people are like, sometimes I'm with people and they're killing them and it's making me uncomfortable. I'm like, God, like stop killing. And then they'll be like, oh no, like you're supposed to kill
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
And I'm like, no, I get it, but like still.
Yo, I feel that. Like, well, so here, yo, I mean, let's okay. So this is like almost like a tense topic because there's some passionate lanternfly murderers out there. So if
Dude,
they're listening
I
to
write
this, they're
some
like, listen,
passionate
are
lanternfly
they
murders.
about to advocate for the lanternflies? Like
Serial
people are about to
lantern
strike.
killers.
People are about to strike this show if we even hint. Nah. But I mean, my question is, well, so people say that lanternflies like do something to the
Trees.
ecology, to trees, to
Yeah,
nature.
they
Apparently, they
mess up
destroy
like
invasive
seedlings
species to the T,
and
right?
saplings, young trees specifically.
So I guess what there's no way to perceive them as like purposeful, like
There is
because
literally not in this
I think
environment. They're
humans,
purposeful somewhere.
right,
But
right,
when
right.
you put something somewhere where it doesn't belong,
Mm.
like it automatically becomes
Where could it be purposeful though? Do they belong
it's
everywhere?
purposeful wherever it kills too many trees that are like it probably there's too many trees in an area and lanternflies are there. But they also have a natural predator that eats them or
Mm.
kills them. One of the two. Maybe
I
both.
see.
Who knows? I think it's like a killer hornet or something.
But my thought here is the lanternflies could easily be thinking like humans destroy that. They are an invasive species and they're trying to take us over
By killing
based
all
on
plants.
yeah, yeah, right.
You know what? That could be what's
It's a
going on.
game of philosophy,
But is
we're
it just in Philadelphia?
yeah, right
So
now.
you're telling me that it's just in Philadelphia that like the lanternflies like targeted they're like, oh, this place is evil. Like
Well, no, they're everywhere, right? I mean, I actually don't know their spread. They're all over the country, right? Or I don't know.
are they? I think we need to look this up real quick.
They're in a good amount of places.
What do you think are some good things that we should talk about? Like
Definitely got to touch back on time. Concept of time. Like time will never get old. Like sometimes I think the way that we measure, the way that we subscribe to time, it really dictates a lot of the way that we construct meaning. You know what I mean? Like thinking about how much time is left, how much time we've already like it's all like a measurement game. But if we like really stepped out of that little box of time, you're just it's almost unsettling to just be in the present moment without thinking about time and the passing of it, coming of it. You know what I mean? And you're just like, we hang on to the fact that there's tomorrow, and just like,
Yeah, it's like honestly, my friend made a good point about that. My friend told me recently. She said, Steph, time moves differently over on the West Coast. And I was like, what do you mean? Because I didn't really understand, obviously, initially. I'm like, but what do you mean? What's her name? Carly. And she explained that over in other areas, not just the West Coast, but places where the weather is consistent, time is almost a different construct because the passing of time is different when you don't have landmark achievements like weather and like things of that sort to actually be able to say, okay, boom, it's fall, boom, it's spring, boom, it's summer. Like, and it was such an amazing thought to me because I had never really truly considered this. There's other stuff like, there's business, I know that you're doing psychology now, right?
yeah, yo, working as a mental health therapist in Kensington since last July.
Wow, I know you have. I know you have some stories for that, some growth, some health,
Yeah, if I were to,
healing.
if I were to say anything that I could actually say, it's just more so like it's interesting getting to know people's stories really helps you see beyond like the way people label people, you
Mm,
know?
yeah,
Like
true
everyone has a
understanding.
story.
Yeah, understanding is like such a powerful force.
Hmm.
Like when you truly understand something or somebody, it gives you like either a peace with it or a command over it. Either one, and it both are very empowering. Like when you truly understand your body, or when you truly understand the mechanics of doing something like a sport, or like flipping, or like parkour, or like being a quarterback. Like all of those things, like truly give you a sense of, and once you understand them, truly give you such a sense of peace or control with that thing. And
Hmm.
it's beautiful for
It's a
real.
great analogy.
People, of course, as well. Peace. Uh, the mug says grateful though, so you gotta stay up, gotta stay grateful, stay humble.
I think we're at season 3, right? I don't know if season 2 is extremely short. Maybe we're at season.
I think we're at season
We're at
two.
season 2, right? Okay, cool.
Probably
Uh,
season two for
yeah,
sure.
keep track. Yeah, so we're at season 2, episode 1. Um, but yeah, we sometimes we I wouldn't say that we're unstructured, but we allow the mind to kind of freestyle the way we're even feeling about how to go with this season. I think I think I appreciate that way, or even planning these episodes. So, and I feel like our views of motivation have probably evolved since season 1, or what that word even means. It's such a cliche word, but
Yeah, we should discuss the concept of motivation maybe one more time as the opener.
once again, check back in.
Check back in real quick. So you want to go first, Daniel, or should I?
Yo, if you got it at the tip of your mind, just let it flow.
I mean, for motivation, it's very interesting because now I so heavily associate the word motivation with the color yellow because of chakras and like so much that I've learned since the first time that we ever discussed motivation. It was just so funny because at one point we had the discussion about motivation where we're like, okay, what is motivation? And how is it really helping us move forward? Is it fleeting? Is
are,
it?
are we frauds?
And it was just that was such a funny episode, just discussing that and kind of talking that over. But as we go forward, I think some of the biggest topics in the show will probably be maybe not necessarily current events, but like the current feel of things, like how the world feels and like what's going on.
Tapping into it.
Right, tapping into like the sort, like what's going on in the world and like how that's affecting like people as opposed to kind of like the actual incidents going on. Like obviously we'll touch on certain things, like but I think maybe just discussing like the different ways that like events motivate you forward. Plus, obviously our natural bring somebody on and we'll bring a couple guests on and have them talk about some interesting stuff as well. Probably some health, maybe even
All
finance,
sorts of characters.
mind, body, spirit, finance, technology, and time. All of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's so many different places, like just mentally, that one could go. It's crazy because all we're really doing here is just playing with words, and seeing where the words can go. Um, but I mean, they can go a lot of places. So who really knows at the end of the day? Um, all right, cool. So should we call it?
Yeah, yeah. I think let's call it. We can do some afterboard discussion.
Sounds like a plan. We'll stop recording. Yo, thank you for coming through. Till next time.
Follow us on social medias at Motivational Tea Time. What else do we have?
Check the
I think it's
description.
at Motivational Tea Time on all platforms.
Check the description. It'll be there.
Check the
Say what?
description. Danny's got it.
We out here.
We out here. Please like, share, subscribe. You resonated with anything in this episode.
Actually,
We will
just
see you guys.
be a human
next
being.
time.
Don't be a human doing.
Actually, I feel
All right, peace.